Fine.
We're the most confused people in this entire class.
You're fine, Olivia. What's your question? Where can we start?
Well, she's Olivia. I'm actually.
Okay, sorry. What's your question?
It's fine.
They were a little confused. They thought that the STEM was a little different.
Yeah,
So
we
they
thought it was
thought that they were
art.
in the wrong class. So now they just realized they're in the correct class.
Okay.
We thought it was
So-
supposed to be art.
So now they're kind of getting anxious because they're a little behind now.
Oh, you're fine. We're about to restart the game. So the first thing we're gonna do tonight, I'll explain, is a math game with me. And then we're gonna do bridge building with Mr. Pettinger. And then we're gonna do an art project with Miss Messina. And then we're gonna end it. Okay, so there is still going to be art. But we're doing several things tonight, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Thumbs up if it does. You're on mute.
We couldn't hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
Yeah, we have our volume up all the way and we still can't hear you that much.
Can you hear me now? I can speak a little bit louder if you want. But there's 4 different things we're doing. So it's math, it's art, it's engineering, we're building something, and then there's a science project at the end.
What are we supposed to be doing right now?
Sure, I'll model one more time in case you just came into the room, but we're playing the first game in the math packet. It says Top It. So it requires 2 players. Both of you should each have one. And somebody-
Okay, wait. But my topic card has words on each side.
All right, so we just had a few people enter the room. If you're just entering, you'll want to take out your math packets. And on the first page, it says Top It on it.
Is that better?
All right, and if you already got started, continue playing with your family at home. And if you just came in, I'm going to explain it and model it right now. And you should be on the first page. When you open the packet, it says Top It. And each player at home should have a deck of cards. And what we're going to do is you can mix the cards. You can shuffle them any way you want. And make sure your partner does it too. And to play this game, we're going to decide who goes first and who goes second. If you're going first, you take a card, just the one that's on top. And in my case, it's the number 9. You want to try building the biggest number possible. Since 9 is a big digit, I'm going to put it in the tens place. And I'm going to let my partner take their turn. They pick up theirs. It's an 8. And they're trying to build an even bigger number than you are. If they put it in the tens place, it's going to be a smaller number. So we're going to say this person puts it in the ones place. And then it's back to the other participant. They draw from their deck. Their number is 94. If we're looking at the other deck, the other person, they draw, and they also got a 9. So they actually ended up winning. This person made 98, and the other person made 94. If you have the bigger number that's made, what you do is you say Top It, and that means you collect all the cards, all 4 that are on the table. So the 98 takes the 94, and these 4 cards get placed at the bottom of your deck if you were the one that won and paid the bigger number. So that's the game we're playing right now. However, we're going to stop this game in 1 minute and talk about place value Top It. It's very similar. So go ahead and feel free to play one more round of regular Top It, and then we're going to talk about place value Top It. As we get ready for place value Top It, one thing you can do is you can pause the game that you're playing and you can make sure each player has 10 cards. Because I'm sure at this point in the game, if you've been playing for the last 5 to 7 minutes, somebody might have more than the other. Make sure you both have 10 cards and make sure your partner isn't cheating and taking all the 9s or all the 8s and all the 7s. Make sure that the numbers are mixed. And both of you have 10. So I'm just counting right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. And we still have a couple people that just entered the room, and that is perfect because we're starting our second math game. So right now you need your math packet, and we're going to go ahead and turn to the page that has place value topic on it. So your page should look just like this, place value topic. Make sure both people have theirs looking just like this, thumbs up if you found place value topic. So both of you should have it looking like this. And the rules for place value topic are very similar to regular topic. In this one, we start by taking turns. So this person picks it up. The only difference from this game and the previous game is now we have 4 place values, and you can decide how many place values you want to play with. If you thought regular topic was too easy and you want to play with 4 place values, go ahead and do it. If you thought that 2 place values was just right, you can keep it to 2. But for the purposes of this game, I'm going to go ahead and show when you play using all 4. So they pick up a 3. You want to put it probably in the smallest place value. So this person puts it in the ones place. And then your partner takes a turn and they picked up a 5. Maybe they'll put it in the hundreds. And then the other person takes a turn, they pick up an 8, and that's pretty big. So let's put it in the hundreds place. The other person takes a turn and they're going to put it in the tens place. Back to this person, they picked up a 9. That's the best number you can pick up. And you always want to put it in the largest place value spot. So they're going to put it in the thousands place. They're making a number that says 9,000 and something. The first person also picked up a 9. They're making a number that says 9,000 and something. It's pretty big. It says 9,570. And we're trying to fill up all the number spaces. So once you draw 4 cards, you can see this number says 9,843. It's a huge number. And this person made the number 9,577. 9,843 is bigger. That person says top it and takes all 8 cards and puts it at the bottom of their deck. Remember that you win the game when you take all the cards from your opponent. And if that happens, you can go ahead and give them back 10 and play again. Remember that you don't have to play with all 4 place values. You can play with just 2 or just 3. But if you want the challenge, you can go ahead and play with up to 4. So we're going to go ahead and spend the final 5 to 6 minutes doing that. If you have any questions, please take yourself off of mute and I can talk to you more about topic. But it looks like most people are starting.
Do we need to shuffle up our cards again?
Sure, if you're starting another game, you can go ahead and shuffle them and pass them out to make sure both people have 10, so it's fair. And then you can get started with your partner.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are we supposed to play more than once?
Yes, Austin, you can keep playing as many times as you want. We're gonna play for just 2 more minutes and stop. So if somebody won, it's okay. You can restart the game, all right? If you just came into the room, it's perfect because we're about to switch activities to bridge building using the marshmallows and the toothpicks. So we're just finishing up this math game. We're gonna spend maybe 1 or 2 more minutes on it and then go ahead and transition. All right, as you finish up this game, just finish your last round. I want to point out that there's many other games in the packet that I made for the families, and feel free to play them, at another time when you have more time with your families. There's some for specifically for kindergarten, some for second and third, and some for fourth and fifth. And all you need are the number cards that you have, and the directions are at the top. And similar to Topic, but some use multiplication or division or addition or subtraction. So feel free to look through the packet at a later time and play the games with your family. Right now, we're going to go ahead and transition over to Mr. Pettinger. He's going to be next with our bridge building. Are you ready, Mr. Pettinger?
Yeah, right. Okay. Northwest, we need you to get your marshmallow and toothpick bag. If you do not have that, please grab that. Send me a thumbs up emoji when you got that, or just give me an actual thumbs up if you're on the Chromebook. Marshmallow that away. Chanel, Gigi, thank you. Panic family, thank you. Lily, good. Kyle, ready, let's go. All right, that away, Austin. Okay, I'll give you guys about 10 more seconds. All right. So today, guys, if you're still getting your stuff, that's fine. I'm just going to start talking. We're going to build bridges using toothpicks and marshmallows. Now, before we even dive into building these bridges, I want us to start with kind of a warm-up activity. So with your toothpicks and marshmallows, you're going to make 2 different things. I'm going to share my screen here actually to give you guys a little bit better of a visual. Thumbs up, can we see my table platform here? Are we seeing this? Thank you, Chanel. All right. So first things first, guys, I want you to make a cube. All right, you can see a nice little cube there. And then I also want you to make a pyramid. All right, there's a pyramid right there. If you do not know how to make that, I will talk you through it right now. But I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to make a cube and a pyramid. All right, and then you guys can throw a little celebration emoji up or send me a thumbs up emoji, whatever you guys want. But I want you making these 2 objects right now. Okay. I'm just going to kind of coach you through it if you don't know how to make a cube and a pyramid. So to make a cube, I got my marshmallows here. I don't know about you guys, I might eat my marshmallows after this, but we can't eat them yet. All right. So I'm gonna just kind of attach some marshmallows right there. I'm going to make a square first to make my cube. Oops. Can see that right there on the screen. There's my square that I'm making. I'll connect it. There's a square, but we want to make it a cube. We want to make it 3-dimensional. So I'm going to stack some more toothpicks just kind of straight up. So I'm stacking my toothpicks straight up. So you can see I'm beginning to make this cube here. And then I'll put more marshmallows on the top. So I have more marshmallows on the top there. And then I'll just connect them with toothpicks. We'll give friends about 2 more minutes here at Northwest. If we do need more time, you can unmute yourself to say so. All right, but right there, I just made a cube. Now I want you to make a pyramid. Right there, there's my cube. Now I got 2 cubes here. And once you make the cube, I want you to go for the pyramid. I have a square base again. So we start with the square, but then we kind of make triangles on our sides here. So I've got some triangles here. And they kind of go up to the top to point to make that pyramid. All right, so once you make your cube, make the pyramid. I'll quickly make a pyramid. Boy, these marshmallows look good. I don't know about you guys, but I'm resisting temptation right now so we can develop our STEM abilities and become those engineers that we all want to be. So again, I make a square at the bottom for my pyramid. There you go, you can see that. You need to follow along. There's my square. I'm making a pyramid now. This guy right here. So here's my square. Take my toothpicks, and now I'm just going to stick them kind of at an angle. See, I'm sticking them, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm pointing it diagonal. And I'm going to kind of point them all towards the middle. Give you guys about 1 more minute to finish this up. I point all the toothpicks towards the middle here. Okay, you can see that. I got all these toothpicks angled towards the middle. And then we're going to try and throw a marshmallow just right on top of those 4 toothpicks. So I'm just going to do these 2 first. It's probably easier to do one at a time. And I'll just stab that 1 marshmallow in the middle with
Mr. Penny,
Yeah, go ahead.
I need a little bit some more time.
That's fine. Well, and I'm probably going to start talking, but you can keep making this cube and pyramid. If you need me to coach you through it again on how to make the pyramid, again, it's a square. Then you just point them all up. I'll give friends about 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to explain the activity. All right, I'll give friends about 20 more seconds. Oh, Lily, it's looking like a beaut. If you guys want to hold up your pyramids and your cubes, go ahead and do that. I want to see what we got. Elena, that away. Diego, perfect. Piper, nice. Good, Lily. Someone's excited. Mari looks good. That away, Chanel. Jack, Hannah, that away. Mario, good. Okay, so I'm going to dive into what we're doing next. You're going to be doing most of the building. So if we want to put our cubes and pyramids down, there's a reason I went over this. Now, what's interesting is when people think about bridges, they think of squares. Squares are easy, right? Cubes are easy. I'm holding up my cube here. But what's interesting is that squares are not a strong shape. They're not strong. Let me show you, wearing my screen here. Look at this cube here, as I said, look how I push. Oops, doesn't even, it's not very strong. See how it kind of just bends down? I'm pushing on it and just kind of bends all over the place. Look at that, I flattened it. Here's my other cube. All right, I'm kind of holding it. Well, it kind of just moves all over the place. Not very strong. But what's interesting about the pyramid here is I push down, doesn't move. Just stays right in its place. The pyramid doesn't move. And that's because a stronger shape than a square or a cube is a triangle. Triangles are actually stronger shapes. So I have a two-dimensional triangle here. If you see though, I'm standing it up. And again, I'm pushing on it. And it's not going anywhere. All right. So what I would like you guys to try and do is to build a bridge using, yes, you're probably going to have to start by making cubes, but what we should also try to shoot for is using triangles to build this bridge too. Now, what we don't want to do is build a tall bridge because we want to see how strong our bridges are. So what we should try to do is let's try to build a bridge that is about 5 or 6 inches. That's a little bit longer than your hand. So I want you to build a bridge that is long, wide. So let me share my screen again. We're going for a wide bridge. So I'm building this. Here's an example of a wide bridge. And we're going to see how strong our bridges are. We want these to be wide. So we're connecting it all. But we want to use triangles, guys. This is an example I didn't finish here that I would make wider. We want to use triangles. You can see in this example here, I have squares and triangles standing up nice and strong. You can see that triangle. This is its bridge on its side to build a nice long bridge that is about 5-6 inches long. You can see my hands here. That's about 5 or 6 inches. We don't need it to be any taller than this. This is a good height. We want to start building long bridges, especially with triangles here, because triangles are those stronger shapes than squares. A second tip, if you're already building, is if you're using one toothpick, great. But one toothpick isn't that strong. Look, I broke that easily. If you want to get greedy, you can connect every marshmallow, if you're looking here, with 2 toothpicks. And right there, 2 toothpicks is going to be stronger than 1 toothpick. 2 is stronger than 1. All right. So that's another tip for building your bridges if you're trying to make strong bridges, using 2 toothpicks to connect every marshmallow together. We'll give you about 9-10 minutes of building time. I don't think Miss Patras or Miss Messina will mind if we go past the 20-minute time limit because we see we're having so much fun. And we will guys at some point want to hold them up. And if you need any advice or any tips on how to build these strong bridges, feel free to ask. Okay. Okay, see Kyle's working away. AJ's got it going.
Mr. Penninger,
Yes.
like this?
Yeah, and then see if there's a way where that's a nice, it looks like kind of a, is that a trapezoid you made there? But then see if you can kind of lengthen it. So make like another structure and connect it.
Okay.
And make another structure and connect it and see if we can, then make it strong going forward. Yes, we can do that, Miss Cronin. If you guys have any questions at any point too, let us know. And I'm making my bridge with 2 toothpicks put together instead of 1 because 2 toothpicks is a little bit stronger than 1. Just a suggestion. Ooh, that way, Matt. Maybe you can get some books, see how strong it is, see how many books it can hold or something like that. That way, Mari. Do you have enough marshmallows and toothpicks to maybe make it even longer? See if you can make it stretch it a little bit, maybe. Keep making those triangles though. That way it'll stay nice and strong. Kyle, looks pretty good so far. Ashlyn, Olivia, how we doing, girls? Lily, good start.
That's sturdy enough for my leggings.
We'll give friends about another 4 or 5 minutes and then we'll try to have everyone hold up their bridges. Again, we're going for it to be wide and not tall. We don't need it to be
Wait.
tall. We want it to be wide.
Is this long enough?
Yeah, that seems about long enough, Micah. See if you can add some triangles into the, on your side. Look at,
I need help.
Saya, see? You see how like on my side here, if we can get maybe some triangles going in there to make it a little bit stronger in between. Does that make sense, Messiah?
Yeah, I need help.
Cool. Hello, way, Matt. That looks pretty strong. Your friend's about 3 more minutes here. And if you don't finish, you can always continue the activity after the other activities too.
Mr. Pettinger,
Yeah?
do you think this is long enough?
Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, that seems long enough. Now maybe what we could do is like, see if you can add in more triangles as it goes along, kind of on your sides.
We only have
Not a lot of toothpicks left.
7 toothpicks because we used some for these.
All right, we could always take those apart if you wanted.
We can also make a house with them.
All right, build a bridge and a house. Ortiz family looks like we're pretty productive. Mari and Colleen, great job. That looks great. Maybe Mari, you can put some like books on there and see how many books it holds. Willie, nice. Yeah, we're starting to hold some up. Piper, that'll weigh. Boy, that's a doozy of a design, Piper. Great job. That'll weigh, Sebastian. We'll go for about 1 more minute, and then maybe we'll ask everyone to hold up their bridge at the same time. Even if it's not done, that's fine. Yeah, Chloe, are you raising your hand?
I have two things.
Go ahead.
One, I don't know what created, and two, I don't know if this is considered a bridge. It's confusing.
I can't tell, but it looks beautiful.
It's not a bridge.
All right, about 30 seconds to continue building. And again, if you don't finish, that's okay. This sounds like a great 7 o'clock to 7:30 right before bedtime activity too. About 20 more seconds.
Mr. Penninger,
Yeah,
my bridge can hold 5 books.
that'll weigh.
Just crushed.
It's pretty strong.
It just crushed.
About 10 more seconds, guys, and then I'm going to ask us to pull up our bridges. If you guys want to do this activity in the future too, you know, mini marshmallows are pretty cheap, and I know toothpicks are pretty cheap too. So feel free to ask your family to get this at the store going forward, because it is pretty fun to build some pretty creative designs. You don't just have to do bridges either. You could do houses or something like that. I just put a YouTube link in the chat if you want to copy and paste that for another day. That gives some helpful tips on how to build even stronger bridges than what we discussed today. But we do have to wrap up the marshmallow bridge activity, because we do have 2 more super exciting activities to complete as well. So if you can, even if you're not done, that's okay. Why don't you guys hold up your bridges? Why don't we hold up our bridges? Thanks, Sebastian, Matt, Piper, thank you. Okay. Seeing a lot of friends. Noah looks good. Thanks, Piper. Kyle, that's nice and lengthy. And Jay looks really good. Keep holding these up, guys. I'm going to snap a picture really quick. Mario looks good. Look at all these awesome bridges here, guys. Really impressed. Okay. Hold them up for about 5 more seconds. I'm taking lots of pictures here. 5, 4, hold it up for 3, hold it up for 2, hold it up for 2 more seconds. 1.5 and 1. That's good. All right, you guys can put your bridges down. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to celebrate this awesome bridge activity. If you have any, I don't know, extra marshmallows, I'm just gonna have 1, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna eat a mini marshmallow right now. Let's celebrate by eating a marshmallow, everybody.
Eat marshmallow.
By the way, Noah. Okay. Great job, everyone. I'm throwing a celebration emoji at you guys. I loved the excitement about this activity that we did. I'm going to give everyone a little round of applause for all the creative bridge ideas. No one built the same bridge. Everyone did something different. So really proud of what you guys did for our bridge activity.
1, 2.
And again, there's a YouTube link in case you're interested in watching that for another day. And that's all I got.
You can go find that.
Oh, whoa. Mom.
we're going to get started with our optical. Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up if you can hear me. You could hear me? Wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to STEM Night. Now, before we begin our optical illusion and our art activity, just in case, because we know how sometimes technology works, I am going to put a link in the chat box, and that is going to be a tutorial of how to do our optical illusion spinners. So, ladies and gentlemen, in your kit, there should be a circle stencil, there should be a black crayon, a blue crayon, and of course, if you have your own art supplies, you can always use any color that you want. There should be some teacher tape, just in case if you don't have regular tape, and some paper. Now, some items that are not in this bag that you will need are your scissors, a coin, and just in case if you have your own tape. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple seconds just to get all situated. Just making sure I didn't freeze. Yes, Lily?
We need the scissors.
Yes, you will be needing the scissors. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to see if you can find any. Okay, and of course, since we're with scissors, just please be careful. All right?
Miss Messina, did you say that we need some tape too?
Yes, but there is teacher tape in your bag just in case you don't have any tape. Awesome. Looks like everyone's getting all situated. Looks like everyone's almost ready.
I don't have any scissors.
All right, well, what you can do, you can actually use your circle stencil. If you don't have scissors, you can actually use your circle stencil just for a backup. Yes, Lily?
Linda or your dad, you should have scissors somewhere in the house.
Our partners plus ourselves, are we both going to do this activity or just us?
Well, what I did, the circle stencils are actually big enough to fit a couple circles on your paper if you would like to do more than one. So, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, optical illusions. I love learning about them. Optical illusions are pictures made to trick your mind. Sometimes they use color, sometimes they use shape and pattern to trick your mind. So if we look at a couple examples, if we look at this one. So if we look at this one, and I notice that my computer is freezing. Can everyone see me okay? All right. So here's an example of an optical illusion. Raise your hand if you see Wolverine first. Raise your hand if you might see two Batman. Two Batmen. So if you look, this whole picture is Wolverine, and if you look very closely, you see two men. So again, some of us might see it, some of us might not. So ladies and gentlemen, we will be making our own optical illusion spinners. The first thing I want you to do is you are going to take your circle stencil and you are going to use your pencil or even your black crayon and trace your circle. And like I said, you can make more than one. So trace your circle. And again, if you don't have scissors, you could just use your circle stencil. Once you're finished, look at the board or give me a thumbs up. All right, excellent, boys and girls. Now, our next step, we're not going to cut it out yet, but we are going to be making our little spiral for our optical illusion. So we're going to be doing some art on my fridge today. And of course, if you need the screen to be bigger, you can always put the little thumbtack on my screen We're gonna bring it up to my fridge. So to do the spiral, you're first in the middle going to do a backward C. Backward C. Practicing on our letters. Then from our backward C, starting from here, you're going to curve over, so it's almost like you have a cattail. So starting from here, you're going to curve over. And it does not have to be perfect because you'll see at the end how much that optical illusion changes once you spin your optical illusion spinner. Now see this part right here? We're going to bring it. We're going to curve it to the side of our circle. After that, you are going to take your black crayon and you're just going to fill this little tail part. Want to make sure there's not a lot of white spaces.
I'm gonna do the back because this doesn't look right.
All right, that's all right. Again, with this project, what's really cool about it is it does not matter if it is clean or sloppy. Once you start spinning it, it's going to make a huge difference. So if you're a fan of the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, it kind of looks like the hill with Jack and Sally. Kind of looks like a little cattail.
That's what I said to my mom.
Oh, really? Cool. Once you're done, look at the board or give me a thumbs up. This will show me that you're ready, boys and girls. And for some of you, we're very lucky today. You got to have art twice today. Now, see this line that we have for our circle? We're just going to take our black crayon and just make it a little bit thicker. So you can even draw a little outline and just fill that in. Once you're done with that, look at my screen or give me a thumbs up. This will show me that you're ready. Doing a wonderful job following directions, boys and girls. We're now getting done with the project and it looks like you're already in the zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to take your crayons, and it does not have to be the crayons that you have that I gave. If you want to make your own design, you can. But inside the white part of your spiral, you're going to make some type of pattern. It could be stripe, it could be circle. Since today is Earth Day, I did make, for my example, a earth. So take some time to color in the white part of your base of your spinner. The key is to just make sure there's no white places, your shapes are different sizes. You can even add a fun pattern with your colors. I'm going to give you several minutes to finish up your little designs. Like I said, boys and girls, I made your circles small, so that way if you want to make a different design, you can definitely do that. Once you are done, give me a thumbs up or look at the board or look at my screen. Oh, very nice. I like how you made your earth. That's really cool. Don't be afraid to show off some of your designs, boys and girls. These look lovely. See, you're not even spinning them, and it kind of looks like they're already moving. Really cool.
Christmas CD froze.
All right. Can you still hear me?
I can.
All right. And like I said, if the screen tends to freeze or not, there is a YouTube tutorial just in case. Now, once you are done with that, you are going to cut out your circle. Cut out your circle. Be careful, please, with those scissors. All right, after you are done cutting your picture, you are going to fold it inwards. So that way the color is on the outside. You're gonna fold it like a taco. You're gonna open it.
I'm not at the top yet. I need to do cut.
All right. All right. Gigi, can you first look though? Gigi,
Huh?
can you stop cutting and then you can see what this is right now? So you're gonna fold it up like a taco. You're gonna open it and you're going to fold it up on the opposite way. So if you look, there's kind of a side to side line and there's kind of like an up and down vertical line. Now, you're gonna get your scissors and your coin. You're gonna kind of like pretend what the size is and the size of your coin. And you're just going to cut a small slit. It's okay if it ends up being a little bit smaller than your coin. All right? And it does not have to be exactly in the middle. All right?
Okay.
Once you're done with that, give me a thumbs up or look at the board. All right. Now, boys and girls,
What do you do with the coin?
first, after that, you're going to take your coin. You're going to put it in the middle, making sure you have room at the top and then room at the bottom. When you flip it over, you're going to take your tape or your teacher tape, and this is only if you need to. You're just going to secure it. So you might need to fold it up. So again, if you see the coin, you kind of might need to fold up, making sure that there's no tape on your coin. Once you are done with it, give your top a spin. Again, you might need to take a couple tries, but you'll start to see how the colors change. Oops. Oops, and mine actually fell off the table because it was spinning so fast. So it might take you a couple tries, but just with a flick of your thumb and finger, you could watch it spin. So raise your hand if you got your spinning. Awesome.
What do you do after you fold the thing?
So after you fold your paper,
It's out.
you're going to just make, you're going to look at your coin, and you're just going to make kind of like a small slit that matches that up.
You
Good.
Which coin you gonna use? What I do with it?
And make sure you have your coin about halfway in there, so that way there's room on the bottom and also room on the top. You might need to tape it, but again, test it out first. So boys and girls, what happens when it spins? What happens to your pattern?
It changes colors.
Yes, it changes colors. What else? What else, Catalina?
No, like I'm not doing that yet. I'm still cutting mine out.
All right, that's fine.
And I don't know the steps.
All right. The steps will also be on your sheet that I gave you, and there is a tutorial in the chat box, but also once you're done with your spiral, add some patterns. And like I said, boys and girls, it might take a couple little flicks to get it set.
Miss Messina,
Yes? That looks really nice, Elena.
tell me this one she's taking the one. Here's the one I made.
Ooh, fancy. That looks really cool, Serenity. Oh, that looks neat. I see lots of spinners.
I'm behind.
All right. And boys and girls, that's all right if you are behind. I can always show you it during class, and there is a tutorial on your chat box, okay?
Can you go over the steps?
All right, can I see where you're at so far, Gigi? All right, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna fit your coin in there, okay? And then if it feels super loose, you add tape and then start your spinning. All right, again, it's gonna take a couple tries. Like I said, it's gonna take a couple tries. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for making optical illusions with me. Again, it's going to take a couple tries, but you can always use the same supplies and do different patterns, make different combinations, and you can make new optical illusions. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see what the next activity is. Thank you, boys and girls.
Hi, boys and girls. Thank you, Mrs. Messina, for such a fun project. So we are going to make some lava lamps. So before you begin, let's make sure we have all of our materials. So you should have one cup that has a little black line drawn on it right here. You should have a container of blue water. You should have containers of oil. So this is oil, so we need to be very careful when we use it that we don't spill it because it can be a little messy. And then you should have a pack that looks like this.
Mrs. Patras?
Yes, sweetie. Yes, Charlie.
The oils that look like this.
Yeah, that works.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna explain what we're doing though. So any grown-up or trusted adult who's around, you might also want to grab a paper towel. You might find that helpful in just a little bit. So yes, I also have a helper here. So the first thing we need to do is take our cup and we are going to fill it with water. So you can either use a water bottle or you can walk to your sink right now. And we're gonna fill just a little bit of water to that black line. Okay. Right, we do need some water on this, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what we're going to do, my friends, all right, here we go. We are going to very carefully take the lid off of the blue water. With a grown-up, thank you, Jake. And with this, we're gonna pour it into our cup of water. So now we have lots of blue water. Good job. Nice job. All right, we're gonna use that soon. Okay, so we have water with food coloring. It's ours is really, really blue, right? You might have blue, you might have a different color, but ours looks really, really blue. So they might have red or rainbow. So from there, we're going to add the oil to our cup. Now, you do need a grown-up because this is very, very messy, my friends. So you are very carefully going to take the lid off of the oil and you are very carefully going to pour it into the cup. Now you can do that with all of the oil you have in the containers. That does look nice, doesn't it, everybody? Everyone's doing such a nice job.
Well, what does Poppy do?
Okay, I'm gonna pour all of my oil in, and the cup gets a little heavy, my friends, so make sure you're using 2 hands to hold it. Gets a little slippery too. You do need a grown-up maybe to help, but I think we're doing such a good job. So, boys and girls, what do you notice when you look at your cup now? Do you notice that the oil is on top of the water? You do? That's fantastic. So the oil is less dense than the water. The oil is lighter than the water. So right now it's floating at the top. So that's what everyone should see in their cup. So we're gonna put this down and we are gonna find our little packet. Alka-Seltzer. You can, yes. So we're gonna open this up. And we're gonna take our little tablet and we're gonna break it up. You can break it in half and even break it in half again into little pieces. And boys and girls, you're gonna take those little pieces and you're gonna put them in your cup. And I want you to watch to see what happens. Go ahead, you can break up the tablet if you want. Oh, I'm showing the work. So boys and girls, that tablet is
Can we
dissolving.
put the whole thing in?
You can, sure. So the tablet is dissolving and it's sending the gas bubbles all the way to the top. And as the gas bubbles rise, hold on. It's taking some of the color, the food coloring with it. It does kind of make a light blue towards the top. And then when it reaches the surface and the air releases, all the color goes back down. So look at all these cool bubbles we have. I'm showing you.
Miss Patrick,
Yes, Lil.
I can also hear when it comes up, I can also hear it bubbling. I can hear it like sizzling.
You hear a little fizzing too? So do I.
I also want to know, are we going to use the second tablet? Me too.
If you would like to break up the second tablet and throw it in there too, you are more than welcome to.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Miss Patrick.
Yes, dear. Where are you? I hear Elena. There you are. Oh, so cool.
They put both of them in.
Now, what you can also do, thank you, Mr. Martinez, for reminding me, if your parent has a cell phone by you or you have a flashlight, you could put it at the bottom of your cup. And then it's really, really, really blue.
I filmed my mom's phone.
Isn't that so neat? Oh, Chloe, that looks great. Piper, nice job. Look at that, Austin. Oh, everyone's doing such a great job. Nice, Diego. That's just Ashlyn, you guys are doing a nice job. Very nice, Serenity. Serenity, because you're wearing a green t-shirt, it looks a little green to me. The light's picking up your shirt color too. Nice, Messiah and Micah. Good. Keaton and Sebastian, how are you doing? Oh, very cool. Let's get oil on our grown-up cell phones, so we gotta be a little better.
Are you supposed to add a light?
You can, Gigi, if you want to. If you have a flashlight or a trusted adult's phone by you, you can, but you certainly don't have to.
Miss Patrick.
Yes, Elena?
Voila.
I love it. Look at that. It's a very brave adult next to you to leave that cell phone.
Have a cap, like a flashlight.
Isn't that so cool, boys and girls?
How you doing?
Now you'll notice after a while, when the whole tablet dissolves, the bubbles start to kind of go away or they get a little smaller. And then you might see a couple bubbles left on top with some food coloring, but for the most part, the water is back at the bottom and the oil is back on the top. The oil is less dense, lighter than the water.
I mixed mine.
Oh, cool, Charlie.
Miss Patrick.
Yes.
I
Yes,
also
Lily?
see when I also see it when it's like bubbling. I see like little lumps, like in the,
Yeah.
I see like little lumps come up too.
Right, because the air is grabbing the water and the food coloring and going through the oil. What a fun experiment. I'm gonna hold. So boys and girls, while you watch, ooh, and even looking at the top, I see some big bubbles left at the top of mine. I don't know if you can see them, but this is so fun. I have just a little Alka-Seltzer tablet left, so I'm gonna toss it in there and see if it makes more bubbles.
Wait, there's another?
I had an extra one, so I threw some in there. Now I would like you to be very careful because the cups don't have lids. So when we finish with this, I think it would be a really good idea to let your grown-up help you carry it wherever you put it for the day. So we have just a couple minutes left. I'm gonna share my screen. So I found a fun experiment online where people did this, but they did it in a big fish tank. So imagine the cup we have, they have a big fish tank. So I'm gonna show you what happened when they added, so they have, looking at my screen right now, if you can see it, they have water at the bottom already and oil at the top. They have so much oil. And they're gonna add all this food coloring and we're gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna play this for you. Let's do a sound check first.
try and do green, blue, and purple. And of course, they will eventually mix, but hopefully we'll get some zone bubbling before that. And then we're just going to add about 3 tablets per zone. They'll move around, and it's not perfect, but
Look at all that food coloring they're adding.
Okay.
They're adding.
Yep.
You know, watch what
Miss
happens.
Patrice?
Oh my gosh. That is the coolest.
So look at their experiment. They added all different colors of food coloring. And we see
Starting
all
to
the
mix,
gas
but it
bubbles.
still looks so
It's
good.
like a tornado underwater.
How cool the water looks.
Yes,
Yes, Chloe.
Patrice? Our
I'm just like,
say some class.
this
One
was
second,
all
Chloe.
about 1% and it's about to die.
I love this. This is the best.
Look at that. Isn't that so cool?
Yes, it's a massive tornado on the water.
that is what you get in a box of
And check this out, my friends. They're gonna add the
Go
whole
for it.
box.
Patrice?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Get over here. Whoa, that's sick.
It does look really cool.
Guys,
That should be a thing for your room. That should be a decoration.
And that's just what we did.
water, little bit of food coloring,
They
and
did
then
it in some different containers.
maybe don't.
Can we do
Now, what they recommend though, they said, don't do this in a fish tank if you have fish. 'Cause that
Fish can die from oil.
wouldn't really work out for them. All
I like
right,
to make it
thanks,
as a
friends.
room accessory.
How's everyone's lava lamps looking? Are they settling down?
because of oil?
Boys and girls, I'm so proud of you. You did such a great job on this experiment and all the STEM night projects today. I'm so proud of us. Good job, boys and girls. So again, it's very important that you have your grown-up help you carry this maybe to the counter. That would be a safe place to put it. Somewhere where like a little brother or sister, like a dog can't knock it over, because that would make a big mess. And that wouldn't be very good. Boys and girls, do you have any questions for any of the teachers on the Zoom tonight? Gigi, do you have a question? You have to unmute yourself, sweetie.
Next time when it's another, probably there's another STEM night, and we make lava lamps?
Maybe we could do it in school towards the end of the year too. We'll have to talk to Dr. Bannock about that one and Mr. Martinez. Nice job, boys and girls. We're all so proud of you. Mr. Martinez, I'm going to hand this back over to you, okay?
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Northwest families, thank you for participating. It was a lot of fun to be able to see all of you. It was great to be able to come together, even if it's virtually, and just enjoy science together and each other's families. So thank you for coming. I'll keep the Zoom open for a few more minutes, but this concludes our STEM night. Thank you for participating.
Thanks. Can I leave?
Also, a big thank you to Mr. Martinez, Ms. Patras, Mrs. Messina, and Mr. Pettinger for putting this on. So thank you all. It was great. Have a good night.
Thank you, Dr. Bannock.
Thank you, Dr. Bannock. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Ms. Cronin, I did record it, so you'll have your video. And you're muted, just so you know. I see you talking, but I can't hear you.